My Lord, so much has been said about the principle and the technicalities of the bill that I thought I would use my few moments to return to the language used in the bill. Now, I realise that's a controversial thing to do because I've seen the reaction to the speech of my noble friend Lady May, but I wish to express some solidarity with her because the argument against her has been that people wishing to access an assisted death do not actually want to die, but suicides presumably do. And I think that is a mistake. I think if one looks at the case of suicides, most of them don't want to die. Most of them want their girlfriends or their families back, or they want their fortunes restored. They want their pain taken away. The distinction is not collapses when you look at it closely. They are very much in the same position as people who are trying to avoid pain at the end of their life. So I do want to express my solidarity with the noble Baroness. But there are other points about the language. It's notable that the words death and dying hardly appear. The poison to be used is described as an approved substance. The still mysterious contraption by which it is to be administered is called an approved device. And the business itself, when you get to clause 25, you'll find it's headed administration of assistance, provision of assistance. Assistance, in fact, is the term used throughout the whole of the bill. Is this something that's going to become part of our daily language? Have you considered assistance, Mrs. Smith? My lords, we know what this is. It is euphemism, an old ancient Greek device for hiding from the gods through the use of flowery language, something of which you are ashamed. And that's what the language of this bill is constantly expressing at every turn. My lords, I think we are right to be ashamed of what is in this bill. I think we should take the opportunity not only to scrutinise it, but if we see fit, to give the Commons an opportunity to consider it in a second parliamentary session and see if their view remains as firm as it is now, which is not very firm after all, purely on the numbers. My lords, I'll only say finally one point in response to an argument that I've heard several times in the course of this debate, which that it is somehow discriminatory that some people, some well-off people, can afford to go abroad to evade the law, and that this is a discrimination which needs to be addressed by giving everybody the opportunity to evade the current law. But we never use that argument on anything else, do we? Have I ever heard that argument used when it comes to tax evasion, for example? It's a very strange argument indeed, and one that I don't think does credit to those who promote it. So with that, my lords, I would say I think this bill is one which, yes, indeed deserves scrutiny, but we are not in any way committed or obliged to pass it. It is a private member's bill, and if it is the view of the House that it should not pass, then that is the view the House should take.
Yeah.